Okay guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. Okay, I looked through the tape a bunch of times, like a bunch of times, and I noticed something finally. I haven't tried it yet, because I haven't been able to get out of this menu to save without going through the whole conversation again. But, here, so check this out. Here's what I found. I think it's right anyway. Anyway, so, press play. So if you go to the beginning of the tape, which is here, this is the beginning of the tape, right? Now, if you look at all the lockers here, these lockers are all the same locker, right? But look, there's no light on the lockers. But this locker, this one, the one that he goes to, is lit up already. So, I wonder if that means that the locker is already open. See, that would make sense, right? If somebody besides Goodman went in there, how would somebody else figure that out? And the locker would have to already be open in order for somebody who's not Goodman, because that's kind of what this whole thing's leading us to. It may be Goodman, it may not be Goodman, but obviously Goodman was killed, and there was a photo taken of Goodman and Lana at the other place, so he couldn't be there and here. So I'm thinking, like, the only thing they're saying basically is that the whole time they've been talking about how the handprint is the reason that they know for sure that Goodman's the one who opened the locker. So I'm trying to disprove that one point. So, I don't know. Let's... Oops. No, fucking hell. Play the video again. Jesus. Yes. There. That. There we go. It's got to be this. Officer Meekins. Yes, you son of a bitch. As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab a handle, the sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, it opens. The light turns on, the lock is released. According to the very limited, that's the way I understand it. Right. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Fucking onto you, game. I'm onto you, not having none of your nonsense. When the victim reaches the handle of the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Gosh, this music. God, the amount of time I've spent listening to it. Notice the light. What's this? It's already lit. Yes, thank goodness. Christ, precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle! Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. The locker locks are controlled by electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert on this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor will detect and report any malfunction. Okay? Novices should keep their mouths shut. Okay. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Why do I have to come up with this? I don't know. This is exactly my field. Why do you think this scientific investigation? Yeah, help us out. Maybe something like jam the system sensor? Okay. Something jam the sensor? Say something else that seems to be out of place in this video. Thought so too. There's got to be another clue. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh wait, okay, actually, I think I know what they're going with this one. It's the fucking glove, right? Pardon my language, I'm supposed to be chilling on this one. Right, but, think about it. gotta be the glove because he opens the lock and the glove falls out, which means the glove was jammed in there, right? Wedging it closed. It's the glove. It's the glove for sure. It's the only thing it can be. Plus, I've literally been through this like 50 times. Please watch closely. This is a continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Oh. We got one in a row. Yay! What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out of doors when opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my cart, sir. Jesus. Can't be sure the item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut, and it's a rubber glove, right? Yeah. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted. The white thing that wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor, which is why it fell right out. Oh, I understand, just like my tie! There are 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object just cuts him right off, but the object would have been extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block the electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but the crime scene. There just might have been something that fits the description. Sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I finally got it figured out. Yeah, no kidding. Very well, will the defense please present relevant evidence? What was this insulator that blocked the door? Could only be the glove. There. God. I found this near the locker, the thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that it was the victim's locker. It says SL9! The Taz tag says SL9. Are you kidding me, Judge? The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. This is not so. Officer Meekins! Sir! Let it be yourself! This guy. Hora! So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? It would appear that way. Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. Almost certainly, though, the victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir, me? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course. The thing I told you to say in court. This is a joke. Very well, begin your testimony. Criminy. Mystery Man 2. Oh boy, what do we got here? Now, the thing is, dude, these things take forever. And they're not like the other cases where you just kind of sit back, think through them. Maybe 10 minutes or something like that at the very most. This takes like, God, it takes forever. It's alright. It's alright. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. There's one other thing that proves this man was Detective Goodman, sir. The evidence room must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Okay. That's fair enough. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim. True. Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is a victim's ID. That's true. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases, okay? Special cases. Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There are only a few cases up for transferal here, and most were cleared out by noon, okay? Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross, okay? Fair enough. There's one other thing that proves this man was Chief Goodman, sir. So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid. Get him, Nick. Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory, sir. Can he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. How can you believe a witness like this? To enter the evidence room, one must use your ID card. Next to my cuffs. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. What if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I should wear it around my neck. Remember what I said? 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of the car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. So the door closing, my ID card chucks me. Oh my god. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. But both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Okay, please pursue your testimony. Our ID card is used as a record of it. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness is referring to. According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. Yes, I am the killer, not the prosecutor. Mommy, is that man a little murderer? Just staring. Me? It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or the consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross. Poor Edgeworth. Must be so difficult for him. Forget him. At the time, the crime detective had used his card. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled out a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me an ID card, sir. So that would mean maybe he didn't have one. Anything that's odd? I mean, if he has his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked? Everything stems from contradictions, okay. What do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with his ID card testimony is far too obvious. It is? It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard on it about it. Come on, let's show him what we got. It's obvious, huh? Let's see what we got. Five eight 584-2189. Let's make sure that that's the same thing. 584-2189, yes. Okay, nope, we don't need that one. Indicator lamp. Oh, this one, yeah. It was at the prosecutor's office. So it couldn't have been there, because it was over there. At 5:14 as well. So at the time of the crime, right? Couldn't have. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. Yeah, we see you're in a rush to get out of your car. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. I do? It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his car. Let's plan it there. Order! Order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. Wow! The man Officer Meekins encountered at the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! Order! Does the prosecution have a response? Yeah, Edgeworth, what you got for me, baby? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Prove it. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. Oh boy. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? No, you just say no, even if he is right. That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... yes? Is something wrong, right? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. Fucking... this isn't gonna... Well, it seems you're finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. That Lana Skye is the killer! Uh-oh. Oh, crap. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. Oh, Edgeworth laid a trap for us. Smart guy. The real crime could only have taken place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Kind of. Observe the moment of the defendant used the murder weapon. Kind of. I've been tricked. That's a good tactic from Edgeworth, actually. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. Yeah. Sneaky son of a gun. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, the trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, we have to do something. I know. This is one of those decisions that's not a decision. Objection! One moment, Your Honor. What now, Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? The cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. How'd that guy get out of there? Oh, he must have hid behind the doll, waited for the camera. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, sure. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Huh. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you have testified, what is his or her name? Martial Law. Jake Marshall, the cowboy. Take that! Officer Jake Marshall. By him. Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. Okay, not bad. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we shall hear his testimony. I wonder... Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Wow. Very well. Court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during that time? We will. Damn. Okay. She looks like, you fucked up. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You call for Jake Marshall? It seems you figured everything out. Not really. Haven't figured out really anything. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. You did. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything. Oh, man. She does know because she obviously didn't stab the guy. She knows more than she's saying. She just won't tell us. I guess I am. I'll come back later. This guy just bust in here and bust out? Wait, Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. What are you talking about? Top it off, you call me here. I shouldn't have your people at funerals. What the fuck? You better be, pal. Hey. I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor. That's okay, so have you brought what I asked? Oh no. This stack of books. My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9. That's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. In 30 minutes? Look at all that! I can't believe you're the chief prosecutor and a witness in the case. This guy was a witness. Joe Dark. Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murderers. No kidding. Yeah, we've had our fair share. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why is your name in here? What? My name? Oh, I don't know. Couldn't be. What? The SL9 incident, is that? That's the classification number of the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. Darke? Darke? The Joe Dark. No, Lana! That's over with. No! Oh, she went, whoa. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Hold on. I'm out of here. Hold on. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth, all connected in this. Lana and Emma. Area involved in this case connected to those killings 2 years ago. No kidding. This can't be just a coincidence. A coinky-dink. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. Let me read it! To be continued. Alright, fellas. Well, we shall continue it. Sooner rather than later. So, thanks for staying with me. Appreciate it. Appreciate the patience. And we'll keep going. Alright. See you guys.